It's time for the Northwoods Cooking Show. Starring Uncle Roy and Miss Callie, the troublemaking dog.
Hello and welcome to the Northwoods Cooking Show. I'm your cook, Uncle Roy, and today's episode we're going to be making homemade, authentic Italian pizzas. Now, we're going to be making our own dough from scratch, and traditionally you can use the pizza stone in your oven. If you don't have the stone, which I don't, we can take and use a baking sheet with parchment paper, and we can sprinkle cornmeal on top of that, and that's going to work out just fine. So first of all, let's start off with the crust. In today's recipe, now I got this from Lydia, from the Italian chef herself. See her on PBS. And I just love her recipes and I love her show. And she's just wonderful, and she goes into detail in making everything, so it's very simple and easy to make. So what we have here is 1 cup of warm water, along with 1 teaspoon of yeast. So all we have to do is take and dissolve our yeast, and we'll let this sit. Let this dissolve, and we'll let this sit for about 5 minutes or so, and then we can continue on. So what we're going to do then is put in the bowl. Can't think of words. Let that sit for 5 minutes. Okay, 25. Okay, and we need 3 cups, or 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And let's level this off. Now, this doesn't have to be exact, because we're going to be adding more or less more flour too, as we need it, if needed. But we'll see. So anyway, it's just 3 cups of flour. And then we need 1.5 teaspoons of coarse salt. And we can put that in here. 1. And a half. Okay, then we'll just take and just mix this around slightly. We want to get that salt mixed around evenly with the flour. I just put it in my metal whisk. Now let's get that mixed up a little bit. There we go. That's fine. And now we'll just wait for the yeast, and we'll be right back. Okay, now our yeast is dissolved. You can put that right into our flour mixture. Let's skip it out so I get all that yeast in there, make sure. And then I'll just put on my dough hook. And then we'll just take and knead this, put this on, mix this together, and we'll knead it for about 5-10 minutes, or until it forms a ball and it's smooth and elastic. And you can tell when it's when the ball clings and there's no more flour left to the sides of the bowl. So we'll let this continue mixing, and then we'll be right back. Okay, now this is nice and smooth and elastic. And even still, I like to take and just knead it for about a minute or so, just to make sure. Just to get in there, and just make sure you get all the ingredients kneaded in there. And kneading dough is just so simple. Just bring the dough over, down, and take the palm of your hand and push, and just keep doing that. And then you'll feel the dough, you can feel it when it's soft, tight, and elastic. But you don't want to feel the roughness of flour and any holyish. You want it to be nice and smooth. That's why I always take and just do this for about a minute or so. And once you feel that elastic, the softness, it makes a big difference. You can feel it. And then you know that your dough is completely mixed in. Okay. Then, that's the pizza dough. Now we're going to take and let this rise until it's double, about an hour and a half. And just pour a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of my bowl. And mix this up. I want to grease all the sides. Put in the ball, toss that around. And then we'll just take and cover this with a piece of cellophane. And we'll put this in a warm spot. Now that it's warmer weather, it's no longer winter, I can leave this out on the countertop. Whereas my bedroom was the proofing room because it was so damn cold in here. Oh my Lord. I'd have to put this next to my space heater. So we'll just set this aside and let this rise for about an hour and a half. Meanwhile, we can start on making the sauce. Now the sauce is very simple to make too. Let me just get my ingredients and I'll be right back. Okay, now for the sauce, we have a can. It's a 28 ounce. Yeah, 28 ounce. If you want to just make one pizza, you can cut this in half and just use one small little can of 14 ounce. This is a 28 ounce can. And then we need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And you can put this through a food mill too if you want. We want to try to keep this sauce on the chunky side. You know, we don't want it smooth like tomato sauce. We want it chunkier. And then we need 2 teaspoons of oregano. Now, if you want to, this is personal preference. You can put in more if you want. That's perfectly, fine if you like the taste of oregano. We got 2 teaspoons of that, along with 2 teaspoons of crust. And a half teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. Give it a little kick. And then we'll just put this into our processor. And then we'll just pulse this a few times. Oop, hang on. There we go. Okay, that's it for the sauce. Now I'm going to take and put this in a little colander inside a bowl here. And we're going to take and drain this. Because we want to get off some of these juices. For a crispy crust, you really want to drain this well so that you don't have a soggy crust when you make your pizza. So I'm just going to slightly take and just let this sit, everything together. And we can just let this sit in the bowl like that while the dough is rising, and then we'll be right back. Okay, now our dough's all risen here. I punch that down. And we got enough here, so I'm going to cut this. You can cut this into 4 pieces to make 4 pizzas. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one, we're going to be making a Sicilian pizza. Now, the authentic pizzas are very easy to make. And there's a Margharita pizza and a Sicilian pizza. Now what I'm going to do is just put a little olive oil into the bottom of an 8-inch pan. And that's good for half the dough for the Sicilian. And what we do is just press this down into the pan, and that's it. You don't need to have ridges in there. Just flat, even. But the thing is with the Sicilian is you want to press this down completely so that it sticks to the sides of the pan. And you want to have a lot of indentations in here with your fingertips. So when you press this out to the sides and to the corners, press down heavily so that you get indentations from your fingertips, because the indentations are going to hold the sauce and the olive oil for the pizza. So even when you get done pressing it to fit, still go back and make indentations with your fingertips. See, just like that. So we're going to take that and just drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top. And you can just brush that around. And then we're going to put on a 1/2 cup of the sauce. Now, as you can tell, we got a nice thick pasta sauce here, and I got all the excess liquid. You don't need that liquid because that's going to make your crust soggy. So you just want to make sure you drain that. And we got a 1/2 cup of sauce. That right on top, and then just spread this around. You know, those authentic pizzas from Italy are very natural and very delicious, fresh ingredients. You know, it's not the sauce, traditional ragu sauce, you know what I mean? So it's going to be chunky, it's going to be fresh. And then, on top of that, we're going to take and sprinkle a little bit of the kosher salt on top of that. Let's sprinkle a little bit of salt. And then we're going to do a cup of mozzarella. Now, you want to use, you can use mozzarella like I'm doing right now, but traditionally you want to use fresh mozzarella. And I have that, but I'm going to use that for my other pizza because we're going to do the Margharita pizza. So then we just take a cup of the cheese and spread this evenly over the top. And then again, we'll take and just drizzle with a little bit of olive oil on top of the pizza. I just got my thumb on top here so I can just let it go. We get a little drizzle rather than just pouring out on top. Now we put this in the oven at 475, and this will go for about 10 to 12 minutes. So then we'll have the Sicilian pizza. Mm-hmm. take and make the Margharita pizza. Now, the different types of pizza is, the traditional Margharita is your crust, sauce, shredded mozzarella, and then basil leaves on top. This Margharita I'm going to do is with the crust, the sauce, but I'm doing sliced tomatoes, and I'm going to have sliced fresh mozzarella on top. Now the dough recipe makes 4 pizzas, 4 12-inch pizzas, or 2 of the Sicilian pizzas, because a Sicilian pizza is a thick crust. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of flour and just press it down, and you can just roll this out into a 12-inch circle. And what I like to do is just flatten it out with my hand and twist around. There we go. And then just roll it out slightly. And then we can start doing the tossing. Just wanted to get it going with the rolling pin. And this here is the European way of making your pizza. Because what it does, it stretches it out. The centrifugal force is going to take and stretch it out so that it's thinner in the center and leaving it thicker on the sides. So now that way you get your crust around the edge. Oh, I used to do this when I was working at the retreat. I had to do this every Tuesday. We had pizza day. And we had the frozen dough balls, and you thaw it out in the refrigerator overnight. So then when I came in the morning, I would take the ball and roll it up with a pin, get it out kind of thin, and then take and stretch it out. And so what you're doing is stretching this out so that it's thinner on the center and thicker on the edges. And just keep working it. Turn blue eye of Lucy. Get it to fall on my face. But see, by spinning this, it's making it thinner in the center, and that the weight's going out towards the edges, so that we have a thicker crust on the outside and thinner on the inside. And you just want to be careful you don't pull it too far out. We don't want to make it. We don't want to rip it, is what I'm trying to say. Then we'll just take our cookie sheet, and then we'll just sprinkle this with cornmeal. And the cornmeal is going to help keep it from sticking to the pan. So then we can just put this right on the pan. And then we're going to put on our sauce. And much is little, but approximately half a cup. And then just take and spread this out to the edges. You want to leave about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch border of your crust. Okay. And now you can put on any type of toppings you want to. That's, totally personal preference. And the kinds of toppings are limitless. You can put whatever you want on there. But see, now that the tomato sauce isn't as watery, it's not going to get that real soggy crust. We're going to keep it crisper. So then we're going to alternate. I cut like about 1/4 inch thick mozzarella. And so I'm going to put in some mozzarella, slice of tomato, mozzarella, slice of tomato, mozzarella. Oh, there we go. And tomatoes about 1/4 inch thick also. And let's just do one final, unless I got a little broken piece of mozzarella here. Put that in the center. Then we can top this off with our fresh basil. And what we want to use are the leaves. So you can just take those off the stems. I just love fresh basil. Oh. And it's the time of year now where it should be growing in your gardens really good right now. So then we're going to take and just take all of this now and roll it up together like a big cigar. So you want to roll this up tight. And then we'll just do real thin slices like chiffonade. And instead of chiffonade romaine Caesar lettuce, romaine lettuce, we're doing it the same way but with the basil. And this is how you cut your basil up really fine and thin. And it's approximately 10 leaves or so. A timer for the Sicilian pizza. Ooh, does that ever look good? Let's see. Look at that. Ooh, Sicilian pizza, nice thick one. Ooh, yummy, yummy, yummy. So you can see now this is the Margharita pizza with tomatoes and mozzarella. And then we'll just sprinkle this with fresh basil. And then this goes into a 475-degree oven for about 10 or 12 minutes. And we'll take this one out then. Oh, that Sicilian pizza looks beauteous. But it's very, very hot, so I'm gonna wait for that to chill out a little bit before I get into that. So that's just the Sicilian one. And you can have fresh basil on top of that too. And tomatoes too if you wanted to, and do them up. But that's just your traditional Sicilian, it's just a cheese pizza. When we say Sicilian pizza, rather than cheese pizza, it sounds better. So I got this one dough left over here now. So I can do another pizza. And I'm gonna do a combination here. Now like I said, you can have this with the sauce. Traditional is the sauce, shredded mozzarella, and fresh basil is your traditional margharita. This margharita is with sliced mozzarella instead of shredded. And tomato slices also, whereas the traditional one is just a cheese pizza, basically, with mozzarella on top. So I'm just gradually getting this thinner and thinner in the center. All I can think of is I Love Lucy. All over her face. Okay, that's nice and thin. And we'll get another pan here. And just some cornmeal on top of that. And just spread this around. And cornmeal, it's just by sight. You just want it enough there to cover the pan, cover where your pizza is going to be laying on top. And that helps for it to come off the pan much easier. Parchment paper, but then you don't get that flavor of the cornmeal on the bottom of the crust. So let's see now we'll do. So I've got sauce left. Sauce. And spread this out to within a half inch to an inch of the edge. And let's see, a little salt. And I still got lots of mozzarella left. Let's see if I got put in my fridge for any toppings. Oh, sausages. I think I'll do that. Got some sausages left over. So I'll cover it with my little leftover sausages. Yeah, let's do the mozzarella. Got some in the center. And I can just do a little tomato in between the slices. And we'll put on a little of the fresh basil on top of that. A tomato, a margharita pizza with sausage. And we can pop this in the oven. Don't these look delicious? Oh, this is the Sicilian pizza. There's a gorgeous crust on there. Oh, and like I said, you can put any toppings inside you want to, but this is the traditional way, with just the sauce and cheese. And you can sprinkle fresh basil on top, which I did on these. And this is the margharita, which is just mozzarella and tomato on top of the sauce with fresh basil. And then this one is the same margharita, except I added sausage underneath the cheese. And like I said, you can put any toppings you want to. But the nice thing about this is you got that rough crust. It's not preformed, perfect circles. It's nice and thin with a little extra crust on the outside, thinner on the inside, so it's nice and crispy. And then this is the more doughier, thicker one for more hungrier type people. You want to get a good filling. This will fill you up, well, they all will, but you know, cheese fills you up. But this is the doughier one, and these are the thinner, crispier ones. So I hope you enjoy today's recipes of the Italian pizzas. Ooh, these are so fun. I know I'll be making more of these in the future at home. They're so simple to make. So from the Northwoods Cooking Show, I like to say, eat healthy, be safe, and spread the sunshine. And tutu a tavola al mangiare. Bye-bye.